If recent media reports are to be believed, cracks may be appearing in the marriage of American songwriter Joe Jonas and his actress wife Sophie Turner. According to TMZ, the couple might be heading for a divorce after 6 months of what they describe as serious problems. Apparently, Joe, who is 34, has consulted with 2 divorce lawyers based in Los Angeles regarding this matter. Joe and Sophie, who tied the knot in 2019 and share 2 daughters, are said to be facing some significant challenges in their relationship. But lately, things seem to have hit a rough patch. Sophie, at 27, has been pretty busy filming the series Joan for 3 months this year. On the flip side, Joe has been taking on the role of the primary caregiver for their kids while he's been out on tour. Now, Sophie has mentioned before that she'd like to move back to the UK, mainly for her own well-being and to be close to her friends and family. She also wants her daughter to have a similar school life and education experience that she enjoyed. As for Joe, well, it seems like he's been making some legal moves. There are reports that he's consulted a divorce lawyer. Sophie hasn't said much about it, and Joe's team hasn't given any official response yet. Rumors started swirling when fans noticed that both of them were stepping out without their wedding rings. But here's the twist. Joe popped up wearing his ring during a concert in Texas, just as those divorce reports started spreading. He even shared an Instagram pic with his brothers where the ring was front and center. Now, if you're curious, there were some eagle-eyed fans who snapped photos during the Jonas Brothers concert. Those shots showed Joe rocking his wedding ring while he was belting out tunes on stage in Austin, Texas. However, in recent gigs in Dallas and St. Paul, Minnesota, no ring was in sight. Sophie also attended one of Joe's concerts back in August in the Bronx, New York, but she's been a no-show at other gigs since then. In another twist, the couple recently put their fancy Florida pad on the market. The place is a stunner, and they listed it for a whopping $17 million initially. After over a year on the market, they managed to snag a buyer at $15 million, which still meant they raked in a cool $4 million profit. They bought the 6-bedroom beachfront home in September 2021 for $11 million, then decided to sell it in November 2022. This move certainly fueled the rumors swirling around their relationship. Famously known as a solid yet low-key couple, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's love story had quite a modern and charming beginning. Their journey started in an unexpected way, through Instagram direct messages. They had mutual friends trying to set them up, but it didn't quite work out. However, they decided to follow each other on Instagram in 2016, and that's where the magic began. It all began when Joe invited Sophie to hang out while he was touring in the UK. At first, Sophie was skeptical and brought her rugby boys along, just in case Joe turned out to be a catfish. But to her surprise, Joe didn't bring security, just a friend, and they hit it off right away. Their first meeting was at a bar where they talked for hours, finding it easy and natural to connect. Soon after, they became inseparable and even went on tour together. They clearly had great chemistry. Their relationship took a public turn when they attended a Halloween party together, where Sophie dressed as a bunny and Joe as a Dalmatian. A few days later, they were spotted together at a Kings of Leon concert in Rotterdam, Netherlands, where fans even saw them sharing a kiss. As their love blossomed, they spent Thanksgiving weekend together, starting with a family gathering in Mammoth Mountain, California, and later attending a friend's wedding in Malibu. Their relationship was also documented in photo booth pictures shared by Joe's younger brother, Nick. After spending an amazing Thanksgiving weekend together, it was official. They were dating exclusively. Joe decided to settle down for Sophie, and they embarked on a journey filled with love and excitement. Joe didn't hesitate to show his commitment, as he was seen taking a stroll with Sophie's parents in London. Later that day, Joe and Sophie shared a kiss, a sweet moment that made their relationship public. About half a year into their relationship, Sophie talked about it openly for the first time in an interview with Marie Claire UK. She expressed her happiness, but also acknowledged the challenges of dating in the public eye. A year after they started dating, Joe and Sophie took a significant step in their relationship. They got engaged. They shared the delightful news on Instagram with matching posts, and the world celebrated their love. Even Joe's brother Nick expressed his joy and love for the couple. In April, they made it official with an engagement, and according to Sophie, it was a different kind of fulfillment compared to her successful career. Despite facing a brief breakup during their dating journey, Joe and Sophie tied the knot in a surprise ceremony in Las Vegas. Later, they celebrated their love with a lavish ceremony in the picturesque French countryside. At the time, Sophie was 23 and Joe was 29. Their Las Vegas wedding took place just hours after the Billboard Music Awards, and they had famous friends like Diplo and Dan plus Shay attending. Joe revealed in an interview with GQ that their wedding was a last-minute decision to fulfill legal requirements in the States, making it a spontaneous and unforgettable celebration. In June 2020, eagle-eyed fans spotted Sophie with a growing baby bump while out in Los Angeles. While they didn't make an official announcement, a source confirmed that they were indeed preparing to welcome a baby into their lives. The couple welcomed their first child, a baby girl named Willa. It was a joyous moment for them, even though they didn't make a big fuss about it. Later, in September, Sophie shared some precious photos reflecting on her pregnancy journey. At the 2022 Met Gala, Jonas was seen lovingly cradling Sophie's stomach on the red carpet. Although they hadn't officially announced the pregnancy at that moment, they confirmed shortly afterward that baby number 2 was on the way. Sophie expressed her excitement in an interview with Elle UK, emphasizing how raising the next generation was what life was all about for her. In July 2022, their second child entered the world, adding more love and joy to their family. Joe Jonas admitted that he was still learning how to balance his bustling music career with being a father of 2. Fast forward to a year later, TMZ dropped some bombshell photographs showing Joe without his wedding ring during a casual coffee run in New York City. This ignited rumors of trouble in paradise, with sources claiming that Joe's team had been consulting with divorce lawyers and he was on the brink of filing papers. Although Joe posted another picture later, proudly wearing his wedding ring, the fact that the couple chose not to comment on the divorce rumors was a clear sign to fans that there might be some rough waters ahead. What are your thoughts on this matter? Tell us in the comments and don't forget to tune in for the next video. Thanks for watching.